Parts of the coastal Northeast are reeling tonight, but also thankful it wasn't worse after Atlantic storm Lee brought high winds and heavy rains to New England and Canada.
The storm was downgraded after being a Category 5 hurricane just a few days earlier. Fox Weather's Robert Ray has the latest from Nova Scotia.
Yarmouth, Nova Scotia, here at the southern part of the peninsula. About 1 million people in Nova Scotia, about 7,000 here in the fishing village. And you could see the ropes that they shored up these big fishing vessels with as Lee made its approach into this part of Nova Scotia on Saturday. But take a look, if you can, at the waters here in Yarmouth Bay. Absolutely pristine and beautiful today, as people's homes, thankfully, were not damaged by post-tropical cyclone Lee. But look at the images from yesterday as it trekked all the way up through the Atlantic and made its way into the Yarmouth Sound with crashing waves, huge, coming in with the wind field onto the rocky shoreline of Nova Scotia, making a landfall in Long Island, Nova Scotia, about 35 miles to the northwest of Yarmouth, which is where we are at right now. Really just an amazing scenario for this storm as it had made its way up into the Bay of Fundy, made a second landfall up in New Brunswick, another Canadian province. Now, the United States was not untouched, unfortunately, with heavy winds and rain in Bar Harbor, Maine. They took it. They had downed trees. They had boats that came out of the harbor, and they had some structural damage in that town. Unfortunately, one man in the state of Maine has lost his life as a tree came toppling down on his car during Lee's fury, and another person down in Florida got caught in a riptide, and that young man has also lost their lives. So 2 casualties, unfortunately, because of post-tropical cyclone Lee as it makes its way still trekking and cutting east again. Amazing to think that this storm began about 2 weeks ago as it came off of the coast of Africa, traveled thousands of miles, at one point was a Category 5 hurricane for days. Many academics in the world of meteorology will be studying this for years, as Lee has caused a lot of damage in some areas, except for the fact that there has not been as much as we expected here in Canada, thankfully. Power outages are still happening, but crews are out trying to restore them as the sunny skies and the winds have died down. In Nova Scotia, Canada, Robert Ray, Fox Weather.